Hello world, it's Curtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Wait a minute. You can start putting your glasses here if you want. This is where I put them now. Right? Boom! It's like, kind of remind me of that Men in Black video, right? Because the lights, the lenses, right? But the reason why I'm showing you this is because in life, we view the world whatever our lenses are. So a lot of times it's easy to focus on other people and situations, and it's all based on your lenses, your perspective of how you see life. So for instance, here in Indiana and actually around a lot of places in the United States right now, I walked in today and I was like, just from my truck to in this building, I'm sticky, the humidity, and I'm like, ugh. I am one of those people that I can get sweating like that, which is crazy because I love Florida. I love places that it's hot, but I just want to get out of my place, get into my car, have it auto started so it's nice and cool, and I'm not sweating, so I go in smelling like some BO or something, whatever I'm doing, right? Now, don't get me wrong, when I'm not in the business dressing, you know me, I'm cut off t-shirts, like as little amount of clothes as possible. Most times I'm not even wearing a shirt, right? I love the heat even though I'm sweating. But when I was talking to my mom last week, she's like, it's gonna be 100, right? And I'm like, winter's coming, and I ain't trying to be around winter because I'm a sissy when it comes to the cold, right? So that's how different our lenses can be in our perspective on what we expect for life and what we love or hate, right? People that's lived in Florida their whole lives, they're like, I want to go to Colorado. I want to be around the cold. I want to see all these different seasons because it's just, hey, it's hot all the time in Florida, right? People that's lived in Indiana their whole life, they're like, hey, I want to become a snowbird. I'm over the cold. The cold hurts my bones. I don't like it when it's cold. The cold rain at the end of the fall, and then the snow that turns into gray crap to get your vehicle, like, right? We have these different lenses, and when you're focusing on those lenses, that's how you see the world. So it's so easy for you to point out, hey, they're doing this right. Hey, they're doing this wrong. Hey, they're doing this, right? Because it's all how we view things. But you can shift your lenses just as easily as you walk out in the sun, you're like, bam, I got a different lens for different situations in my life. You can change the lenses just as fast as I picked up my sunglasses or my reading glasses, right? And you're like, okay, what does that mean? Well, for instance, somebody says, man, I'm just a plumber. I'm just a painter. I'm only making $50,000 a year. I'm only making $75,000 a year. I only get to go on one vacation a year. I got stuck in this. I was like, I only get to see my kids 10 days a month, right? And it was like, whenever you say it like that, it's like a knife. It's like a knife. Hey, you know what? It's like a knife. No, I'm not gonna. It's like a knife in the gut where I'm like, only. When your lenses are focused on the problem instead of the solution. Okay, so you got an issue with it. I got an issue with the cold. Mother Nature, I've got an issue with you, right? So what can I control? Control what you can control and forget about the rest. I can't change the weather, but I can become a snowbird. Mom, you can't change that it's hot. But what I did was I sent her a link to these shirts that you wear. A lot of people wear in Florida when they're on fishing boats a lot. I was like, Mom, these shirts are made to help keep out the UV, and she has I don't want to say illness, but something that messes with her skin, so she gets really bothered by the heat and the sun. But I'm like, hey, Mom, what about those big hats? She's like, I don't wear hats. And I'm like, who cares? Wear this big old sun hat, the big ones, like huge ones, and these types of clothing, then it might not affect you. So how do you change lenses for whatever you're going through? Let me ask you right now, what can you not stand? What can you not stand right now? Our minds work that fast, you already know. Now, what can you do to change it? Because if you have an opinion about something, you either need to accept the opinion of whatever you're opinionated at, or do something to change it, or change how you think about it. That's your three options. Deal with it, think differently, or do something to change it. That's how your lenses change. Just as fast as you're putting on your lenses, you can make that decision today. No more problem focused, solution focused. Because let me tell you this. At any given moment in your life, there's at least 1 million people who would switch you lives in the snap of a finger. When I say this a lot to the people when I go through the cashier's line, when they actually have them open, right? When, we're not getting into that. But when I'm going through and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I hate this job. I only make this much money. And I'm like, well, you know what? Do something about it. Go get another job. Start putting in applications at places that you actually want to work, so you don't have to be there every single day to every single person that comes through your line and you're telling them how miserable your life is. Do something about it. But I was like, do you know that at any given point in your life, at least 1 million people would switch you lives in the snap of a finger? I said, if you make more than $15,000 a year, that's like $1,100 a month. If you make $1,100 a month, you're in the top 15% wealthiest people in the world. Now, that's not America, that's the world, but that tells you there's people in other countries like China and Haiti, Africa, all those different places where they make $100 a month. And you could see the ribs, and they don't have drinking water, and they live in a hut. They don't have air conditioning. They don't have a phone. They don't have a car. Yeah, I don't want to go back to that place. But you know what? That's why I've went on mission trips, because it will change your lenses. Because see, that's what happens in life. You get stuck with this paradigm of these lenses and these blinders. But it's when you go through life experiences where it changes your lenses. I'm not going to lie. I was short-tempered through parts of my life. I had anger issues. I had victimization mentality, placing the blame on other people, worrying about what other people are doing, right? And it was just that easy for me to get mad over just the littlest things. See, it took me going through some life where I messed up enough to where I was like, you know what? Like, how many times am I going to say sorry for snapping on somebody or being short-tempered or responding in a bad way? And I'm like, dude, right? Sometimes you got to go through those life experiences to change your paradigm and put on new lenses so you can elevate and improve the quality of your life. Because I didn't feel good when I was snapping like that. I didn't feel good with those lenses that I had on, those blinders. And if you're sitting here thinking to yourself, man, I don't either. I'm not happy. Like, you get one chance to live on this earth. Why live any other way than exactly how you want to? So if you're not responding in some type of way that you really don't want to, I just invite you right now, please look yourself in the mirror and say, what needs to change? What lenses do I need to put on? What lenses do I need to take off? You know, the hustle humble. The humble hustle. I'm sorry. I'm looking at backwards. The humble hustle. How can you humble yourself enough to things that are not serving you, the lenses that are not serving you, so you can get a little bit closer to being boundless? Because that's one of the things that bound me, was my anger issues, was my investing money issues, was my judging issues, was my victimization issues. All those things were hindering me, and they don't have to hinder you. I love you all. I hope this helped. And you know the drill. Put in the comment section, like, share, comment, tag. Put in the comment section where, you know, you took off some lenses and you're forever grateful. It's positive stories, positive comments, and be boundless. Have a great day.